Ladies, I'm going to give you one of many reasons why you shouldn't ask all of your burning relationship questions on the first date. What's going on, ladies? Welcome back to another video. My name is Lion and this is Dating by Lion. Welcome back to my 5-Minute Friday series where I talk about a specific dating or relationship question for 5 minutes every Friday. So let's get right into today's topic. I want to tell you and give you one of the main reasons, one of many reasons why you shouldn't be asking all of your burning relationship questions on the first date. Now, when I say burning relationship questions, right, I'm talking about all of these things that you have in your mental checklist, right, to make sure that you have the same goals, to make sure that you want the same things, right? I'm saying that there's a time and place for these conversations, but I'm definitely saying that it's definitely not the first or maybe even second or third date, and I'll tell you why. Now, all of these burning questions are questions like, are you looking for kids? Do you want kids? Are you looking for a relationship? All of these things that you have in your mental checklist. Now, the reason why I'm saying not to ask these questions is because you're probably not going to hear the truth. You're probably not going to hear the truth. Now, here's why. Now, I'm not saying that you're not going to hear the truth because the person in front of you is a liar or is toxic or is a narcissist or is a manipulator or he has malicious intentions with you and he's just trying to take advantage of you. The reason why you're not going to hear the truth is because he's human. Let me explain to you what I mean by that, right? So, if you're asking these questions, it's because these questions are important to you, right? And because these things are important to you. And I understand that 100%, right? But where you go wrong is where you are basing, right, almost your entire decision on whether or not you're going to continue investing in this relationship and continue seeing this person based on their answers, right? And that's where you mostly go wrong because you are either going to waste your time, right, with the wrong person, or you are going to skip on potential opportunities to meet someone you're actually going to be compatible with, someone you're actually going to build something with, right? So let me explain why, right? So as human beings, right, we are conditioned from a very young age to give the right answers, not necessarily the truth, but give the right answers based on what we think the other person wants to hear. Now, this starts at a very young age when we do that with our parents, right? And they ask us questions and we're going to give them a version of the truth that we kind of feel that they want to hear, right? The same goes when it comes to school, right? And we're going to give the same type of answers to our teachers. The same goes with our jobs, and we're going to do that with our bosses and so on, right? We're going to give them the answers based on what we think they would like to hear. Now, this is especially true when we like the other person, when we respect the other person, where we want to be liked by the other person and accepted by the other person, right? So if you're sitting across from someone and you are, enjoying your first date and he finds you maybe attractive, right? And he wants to continue getting to know you, and you start asking these questions. And again, you're asking these questions because you want to base your entire decision on whether or not you want to continue this, right, on his answers, right? They're probably not going to give you the truth. They're going to give you a version of the truth that they think you want to hear, right? Are you looking for kids? Do you want to have kids, right? And even if they don't, they'll tell you something along the lines of, well, maybe not right away, maybe not right now, but yeah, definitely I'm open to it eventually with the right person, right? And you're going to interpret it the way you're going to interpret it, and then you're going to base your decision on whether or not you want to continue this based on that answer, right? But you're probably not going to hear the truth. Now, yes, if a person in front of you, right, and you've been going on a couple of dates, and the person in front of you, listen, have already made up their mind and their decision on whether or not they want to be with you, they want to build a relationship with you, and they don't want that, right? Don't worry. You are definitely not going to waste your time, right? Because this is your main concern. Because the main concern that you have in your mind is like, why would I waste my time with someone who doesn't want the same things I do? Why would I continue going on dates with someone who doesn't want a relationship or someone that doesn't want to have kids where I want to have kids or whatever, vice versa, right? And I'll tell you why. You're not going to waste your time because these things are going to become apparent. If you stop depending, right? Or if you start making sure that your entire decision is solely dependent on their answers and instead you learn how to set boundaries and you learn how to sit back and observe their words and observe their actions, right? So if someone is not interested, if somebody doesn't want the same things you do, these things are going to become apparent rather quickly. They're going to become apparent sooner rather than later, right? So if they're not looking for a relationship, right? If someone doesn't want the same things as you, right? Let's say they're only interested in the physical aspect. They only want to sleep with you, right? Their answers and their actions are going to show you this. Pay attention. Observe their words and observe their actions, right? And these things will become apparent very, very quickly based on how much effort are they putting in, based on what kind of effort are they putting in, right? If you have set up a boundary around physical intimacy and you said to yourself that you're not ready until you're ready, right? And they just stop putting that effort, right? That gives you that answer. You don't need to have a conversation. You don't need to ask him, hey, what are you looking for? Because I'm looking for a relationship, because you don't want them to tell you a version of the truth that will align with what they think you want to hear, that will align with maybe what they want, you know what I mean? And the aspect of the relationship that they are really looking for. Instead, observe, right? Pay attention to their words, pay attention to their actions, and make your decisions accordingly. And these questions are going to become a lot more apparent as soon as you start moving away from that honeymoon stage of your dating, right? Every dating, right? As soon as you start dating someone new, you are in that honeymoon stage where we only want to show that tip of the iceberg, where we only want to, seem agreeable, seem likable, right? We're both only showing that side of ourselves that we kind of feel the other person wants to see. But that wears off. And that's where you need to pay most of your attention. That's where you need to pay attention to their words and their action and a combination of all of those things and make your decisions accordingly, right? Trust that rather than just trusting them with the answers on the first, second, or even third date. Hopefully that helps. Subscribe if you aren't already so you don't miss any future 5-Minute Fridays. I know I'm over time. Hopefully you guys got the answer that you're looking for. If you have any specific questions about that, you can hit me up in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.